Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, we've got this really interesting collection of sources you sent over. Lots of chilling stuff, mainly focused on the Midwest. Ohio and West Virginia seem to be hotspots.
That's right. Some classic legends and more personal accounts, too.
So our mission today is simple. Cut through the noise and give you the most fascinating takeaways. Fast. We're going beyond the usual campfire stories.
Definitely. Think creatures with massive wings, bridge collapses.
And this really unexpected connection between an old medical condition and, well, a modern urban horror. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start in Ohio, Kirtland, specifically. This is where we find the legend of the Melonheads. It's pretty well known in that area, Painter 2, and sort of the surrounding communities.
Melonheads, right. And the descriptions are pretty disturbing.
They are. They're described as having these very large, swollen heads, elongated sometimes, consistent with hydrocephalus.
And there's a historical angle here, isn't there? Something about a doctor.
Yeah, the story often gets tied back to a Dr. Crow. The legend says he ran some kind of facility, maybe a school for kids with hydrocephalus back in the day.
And the legend spins off from there. Inbreeding, isolation, that kind of thing, leading to these figures people report seeing now.
Exactly. Roaming near the railroad tracks, that's often part of it. And Kirtland itself is interesting because it has this, trifecta of spooky locations right near each other.
Ah, right. You've got Gravity Hill, Crybaby Bridge.
The Melonhead sightings themselves.
Oh.
It all feeds into this localized pocket of folklore.
That Crybaby Bridge ritual you mentioned sounds intense. Stopping the car, lights off.
Mm-hmm. Total darkness for about 5 minutes. Then you turn the car back on, and supposedly the Melonheads will be right there, around your car.
Wow. Talk about manufacturing fear. It's built right into the legend.
It really is. It plays on anticipation, darkness, isolation, all classic horror elements.
Okay, so from that very localized Ohio terror, let's jump across the river, basically, to West Virginia, and a figure that's, well, much bigger news historically.
The Mothman of Point Pleasant. Yeah, very different kind of story.
The first big sighting, that was 1966, near an old factory.
That's the one. An abandoned TNT factory, actually, which, it's worth noting, had a history of chemical dumping. Environmental factors sometimes play into these things, you know?
Good point. And the description, not just a weird shadow.
No. Witnesses describe something huge, 6 to 10 feet tall, humanoidish stance, but with these gigantic wings. And the eyes.
Glowing red eyes, that's the classic detail. And it was fast.
Incredibly fast. Chasing cars, reportedly doing close to 100 miles per hour, and it kept up easily.
Okay, this is where it gets really chilling for me. It's not just a monster sighting. People see Mothman as a harbinger, an omen.
Precisely. Because the sightings really ramped up in the month leading up to December 1967.
The Silver Bridge collapse, connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Gallipolis, Ohio. Tragic.
47 people died. And with all those Mothman sightings beforehand, the connection felt undeniable to many locals. It cemented Mothman's reputation as an omen of disaster.
And it wasn't just Point Pleasant. The sources mentioned other potential sightings.
Right. Allegedly, similar figures were reported before Chernobyl, and even, some claim, before 9/11. Whether you believe those specific links or not, the pattern is consistent.
What pattern is that?
Fear, but not harm. The creature, whatever it is, terrifies people. It chases them, appears suddenly. But there aren't really accounts of it physically attacking anyone. It's like a giant, terrifying alarm bell.
A huge winged alarm bell. Okay, so Mothman is like this massive, regional, maybe even global warning sign. But what about smaller scale things, more personal? Did the sources touch on that?
They did. It shifted the focus maybe towards intuition or more subtle signs. We found accounts of things happening in everyday life that feel paranormal, but also protective.
Like the smoke detector story.
Exactly. This person had a smoke detector properly screwed into the ceiling. It suddenly just falls off, crashes to the floor.
Which is weird enough on its own.
Right. But when they checked it, the battery was completely dead. It wouldn't have worked in a fire. The only reason they knew was because of this bizarre, unlikely event of it falling. A warning, maybe? From a guardian angel, as they put it.
That's a great example. It's not scary, it's helpful, almost. We also saw stories about connecting with family spirits, right?
Yes, like the woman during a seance who felt this intense, very specific pressure on her back.
And her deceased grandmother, who they were trying to contact, had suffered from terrible back problems her whole life.
Exactly. It wasn't just a vague feeling of presence. It was a shared physical sensation tied directly to the deceased, a sort of echo of their life.
And then there were the cats, always the cats in these stories.
Yeah. There's that common belief, that cats kind of walk the line between our world and
Mm.
something else.
And the accounts weren't about cats being scared, hissing at ghosts.
Not always. Some described cats suddenly becoming alert, focused, even seemingly happy or playful, directed at empty space. The interpretation was that the cat was sensing a spirit with uh, good energy or a positive vibe, reacting to something unseen, but not necessarily negatively.
Interesting. So, okay, we've covered a lot. From the melon heads, possibly rooted in a tragic medical history.
To the Mothman, this huge, ominous figure, potentially predicting large-scale disaster.
And then down to these really small, personal, almost domestic signs. The smoke detector, the feeling in the back, the perceptive cat. Warnings or maybe comfort.
It really makes you think. We've seen all these examples, melon heads tied to local tragedy, Mothman seemingly predicting catastrophe, a smoke detector falling just in time. They often function as warnings or protections.
So the big question then.
Yeah, the question for you listening is maybe this. If these unexplained events, big or small, often seem to serve as warnings, does the real mystery lie less in the creatures or the spirits themselves?
And more in us. In our own intuition, our ability to somehow sense danger or receive these messages even before disaster strikes.
What does your gut tell you about all this? Where does the real mystery lie?